Hi, I decided I would do a video blog just to be different. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while. I find I express myself better if I'm writing, but I don't know, mix things up a bit. There's been a couple of things I've been wanting to write about or talk about lately. I've been experiencing some, I guess, challenges or a season, I don't know, something in my life recently, so I thought I'd talk about it. One thing I've really wanted to talk about is the importance of community, and I've come to realise the importance of it in recent years, the last 3 or 4 since I've been in Sydney, pretty much. So I was living in Dubbo for 13 years. My parents moved there from Queensland when I was 7. And over that 13 years, we were members of a church. We gained friends, of course. There was kids of the parents that my parents were friends with that we would hang out, and so we'd kind of almost, I don't know, by osmosis, or I don't know what it is, but just from seeing the same people all the time, there was connections, there was friendships that were made, and I think, but really it wasn't until the last probably 5 years that I was there, that I was living there, that I really had I had real friendships before then, but the lasting ones. Over that time you come to learn of who your real friends are and what real community is and what real relationships are, and not just people that float in and out of your life, people that think you're cool for a while but then they decide that you're not anymore, and all that kind of thing. So and I guess I feel like I've started that cycle again coming here, which I suppose is natural and normal. And I've been really the last couple of years since getting married, I suppose, because when you fall in love with someone, that whole person becomes your whole focus, and so everyone else kind of, I tried to be the kind of person that wouldn't do that wouldn't just kind of kick people out of my life just because I liked a boy, but and I don't think I did that, but it's easy because that person, you're in love, and so they're your world for a while, and so everyone else kind of takes second place to that. And so I think that was part of the reason why I struggled in terms of friendships coming here. But I guess it's been a real reality check, because I have come a long way. From a child, of course I learned the basics from my parents and just from observing people, how to make friends, how to connect with other people. But I guess, I don't know, over time, I guess coming from childhood to teenager to adult, as an adult, you don't have people holding your hand anymore. You got to do it yourself. You're an adult now. You got to grow up, and so you got to learn these things for yourself. And I guess in the last few years, that's how I'm discovering that. I'm discovering that I was kind of under the illusion that I had learned how to connect with people in a real way, but a lot of that was aided by the fact that I was just seeing them all the time. And I had a lot of my friends went to the same school and church as me, and so I was seeing people all the time, these same people. And they are real friendships, they are great friendships, but a lot of that was aided just by that fact that I would see them all the time when we were living in a relatively small town. And just by being in a bigger place, being in a city, that on its own changes things, trying to weed through, what are the good communities to be a part of and what aren't so much, what are the good areas, what aren't the good areas, where are the good people at. And I suppose that's what I'm learning, is it takes time, and I've been hard on myself, and I just want to encourage you, if you yourself or other people who struggle in that way, that the reality is it takes time. It took 13 years. It was only the last 4 or 5 years really that I knew exactly who my friends were in that time, and now I'm still in that process of kind of trying to find who those people are. I found a husband, which is awesome, that I wasn't even expecting at all. That was just out of the blue. So it's not like I'm lonely and have nobody. If I did, I wouldn't still be here. I would have gone back to Dubbo because it would have been too hard. But I guess, I don't know, I guess it kind of came to a head in the last couple of weeks. I've kind of got to the point where I'm having meltdowns over it, which I never thought I would go back to that place. But the classic meltdowns, I still have them, but they're nowhere near as often as what I used to as a child. But kind of having all these changes happen, as I've mentioned in previous blog posts before, when a lot of changes are going on, meltdowns are bound to happen pretty much. And it's just a managing them, and especially being married and kind of trying to not freak out my husband pretty much is fun. But I don't know, the last couple of weeks I've kind of realised that. Really in the last few days I've kind of gone, you know what, you got to give yourself time. It takes, to make real friends, it takes a long time. It doesn't happen overnight. And this is relevant not just to people with autism or Aspergers, but anyone who is introverted, really. There's a lot of creative people, and what I tend to do is I fill my time with either entertainment, or entertainment more so than creative projects, which is what I should be doing more of. I've started to get back into that now. But you find a way of escape rather than trying to actually make friends, because it's so much easier that way, and I'm trying to get myself out of it. And my husband is very good at keeping me uncomfortable, I guess, in that way. He won't let me, and he himself is very introverted, and yet he won't just let me slobber around and not go out, and he'll hack my Facebook and invite random people to coffee, or because he wants me to, he cares about me and he wants me to make connections with people. And I guess if you know someone, or if you yourself are struggling, if there's a parent, if there is a friend, if there's someone in your life who can encourage you to, because you don't have to have 50,000 friends, and if you do have that one friend, that's great, that's all you need, really. But you can have that one friend and still be a hermit. And being a hermit, it does have its positives, but we all need to get out, and there's a world out there that we need to live in and actually live, not just live behind a computer screen or hide in a little hole. And it's great to make art and to write your frustrations and to do all that. That's cool. But art is to be read, to be seen, to be heard, to be experienced. And so if we're just hiding away, that's a waste, and that's sad. So I don't know, I just want to encourage you, because I know what it's like, because I'm going through it at the moment. I've been very disjointed in terms of friendships. I've noticed I've done that all my life, really. Like, I'd be kind of best friends with someone, and then I let them leave. I let life kind of take them away, where they haven't walked out on me or whatever. They've kind of, life gets busy, and then when you live in a metropolitan city area, that's even more so the case. So so I just want to encourage you to go out and make friends. It's okay, and it doesn't matter if it takes years and years and years. I'm learning that it's okay, because it's not like I don't have anybody. We all have someone. We all have a parent. We all have somebody. So and I know it's not easy to do. I know for a lot of people, for anyone on the spectrum, it's not easy. That's one of the telltale signs of having it, of being autistic or Asperger's, is that's like an obvious thing. You have trouble making friends. That's part of the deal. But doesn't mean that it's impossible. It doesn't mean that you can't. It doesn't mean that you'll be lonely forever. Challenges are there to be overcome. They're there to grow you as a person. You don't have to limit yourself just because, I have Asperger's, I have this, therefore I can't. If you limit yourself like that, you're not going to live. And, we all have these challenges. So I just want to encourage you, because I'm still on the journey. I haven't made it. And I've come to learn that more and more since moving away from my family and starting my own family. I feel like in some ways I'm kind of starting all over again, but it's good because I'm learning the same lessons. I guess it's like a scaffold. I'm building on top of those foundations as a child. Now I'm an adult, and now I'm going to grow in those things. So, I hope what I'm saying makes some sort of sense. I might be speaking a little bit too metaphorically. I can do that sometimes. I'm a writer, so I tend to think that way. So all you logical, mathematical minds probably will look at me like I'm from outer space. But I'm hoping something makes sense to you, and I just want to, help, be an encouragement. And I'm on the journey with you. I know it's not easy to do, and so, be encouraged. Bye.